Hey guys, my name is Eugene. I'm running this YouTube channel called Elk Spy. I live and hunt in Oregon and Washington. I live in Oregon, I hunt Oregon and Washington. I hunt over-the-counter tags for Roosevelt elk on the western sides of both states. This year, I want to challenge you to become a trophy hunter instead of a meat hunter. When I started hunting for bigger bulls, I became better at hunting. When I started seeing cows and not shooting them, seeing spikes and not shooting them, when I started practicing my calling to such a way where I'm calling in elk and I'm completely fine not shooting them if they're small, I started getting better and better and better. And the knowledge and the experience you get, it compounds and you get better very fast. So I want to challenge everybody in Oregon and Washington, if you want to get better at finding elk, locating elk, calling them in and shooting, if you want to find bigger bulls and shoot bigger bulls, then you have to stop shooting small bulls. You have to stop shooting cows. You have to stop shooting the spikes that you find on the first day. And again, I have nothing against meat hunters, so people who need to put food on their table, I have nothing against that. If that is your only goal, you're going to the forest to get meat, I'm completely fine with that. I support that. That is what my family is doing as well. My father, my brothers, that's kind of what they do. I decided to up my game and stop shooting small bulls. I believe that's the main reason why I'm getting better at this stuff, is because I know that I can't shoot any of those smaller bulls. I have to wait, but I'm not just waiting. I'm becoming a better hunter by doing more scouting during the summer, setting trail cameras to see what kind of elk travel through, and doing a lot more hiking, identifying elk hot zones, those small pockets that hold multiple bulls. I found spots, but it had 17 bulls go through in a matter of just a week. And then not just go through, they always hang out there. And I call those spots elk hot zones. It's really hard to find them. Most of the time, they're isolated. They're usually higher above the cliffs. They're in hard to access spots, but they have benches, they have water, they have cover, and they have food. Not a lot of food, mostly just heavy cover and water. They tend to be more flat. Those are pockets that bulls prefer to visit every season. It's like their living room where they chill and with cows and do their thing. Because of how isolated it is, nobody's touching them, there's no pressure over there, and they like those spots. So you have to focus on finding those spots, and when you find a couple of those spots, you're gonna become really successful because you're gonna eliminate wasting time driving around, just looking, or just hiking 10 miles somewhere just through the forest, because you have picked out those spots that you know elk visit. You know they're gonna be either today, tomorrow, or they were there yesterday. And if they moved out, most likely another bull is gonna move in. So they're called staging areas. I call them just elk hot zones, but people call them staging areas, rutting grounds. Those are spots where you find a lot of rubs from elk from the previous year. And that is why scouting is one of the most important thing you can do, because when you scout, you're looking for elk sign. You're not trying to find an elk. Most people, and I used to do that too, when I used to scout, I would go into the forest and I'm looking for an animal. If you're hunting higher elevation, like Eastern Oregon and stuff, the animal might be there during the summer, but they're gonna move out during the rut. Or the animals are there during the rifle season, but they are not there during the summer. So it depends where the pressure pushes them or where the weather pushes them. So when you're scouting, you're not trying to find animals, you're trying to find their sign. More specifically, if you're archery hunting, their sign from previous year. Because if you find those spots with a lot of rubs, you can be sure that the elk are gonna be there this year as well. And again, it's not just where there's a couple of rubs. It's gonna be a place that you know, you're gonna walk in there and you know that the elk visit this spot every single year, every single season. It's their living room, that's where they hang out. So I wanna challenge you to become a trophy hunter instead of just shooting any legal animal that jumps out. Because you're gonna get more experience, you're gonna get more interactions with animals. You'll have to get better because you can't shoot that raghorn, you can't shoot the spike. You told yourself, hey, I'm not shooting any spikes this year. I'm not shooting any small bulls. Because you say that, you have to get better. You're gonna scout smarter, you're gonna hunt harder, you're gonna hunt better, you're gonna stop wasting time doing the things that you know you shouldn't be doing, like driving around across the unit. That's what a lot of people do. I used to do that too. I would pick spots like all over the unit, and then I'm driving here, I'm gonna hunt for a day, then I'm packing everything and I'm gonna drive 50 miles somewhere else because I haven't scouted. But if you pick one area and you scout it really thoroughly, you will understand the terrain, you will somewhat pattern them, or at least know that if they were here yesterday, they're gonna be back in a couple of days. Or you're gonna find those elk pockets, hot zones, and you're gonna hunt smarter instead of wasting your time driving around or being frustrated by other hunters. The rifle hunters are practicing sighting in the rifles for the rifle season, and you are there during the archery season trying to find the bull. So you have to do all of your scouting before the season starts, because if you don't, you wouldn't know what to do. You're not gonna have a plan, you don't know where to go, you don't know where you're camping, you don't know where you're going if something happened, if they close the gates or if they open the gates and people are driving through, if there's a ton of mushroom pickers in the forest. That's another thing. I see a lot of people just coming through in September because it starts to rain, picking mushrooms, or bear hunters, or people just shooting their rifles, especially around Portland area and stuff. But anyways, so up your game, get on the next level, learn more about the terrain, scout smarter, hunt harder, and go after the bigger bulls, bigger deer, because that is how you get better. You have to play more serious game if you want more serious results. I mean, yeah, there's always a chance you're gonna be super lucky and you're gonna walk into the forest and there's a monster bull that was pushed out by another hunter or something and you just shoot him. But again, if that happens, you're not gonna be able to repeat that process. But I want you to be able to go into the forest and repeat that process every single year, to where you have the confidence, you walk in and you know that every season you're gonna find 20 bulls. And even if you mess up and the bull runs away, you know, you have an idea where he's going because you know why he's going there. There's either another pocket that he likes, or he's going there because the herd already left and he's traveling after them. You're gonna be able to drive around, loop around, and get him tomorrow, or maybe possibly even call him in the same day. If you back out, give him time to relax, to stop being disturbed by your noise, or if he smelled you, you can loop around on the other side and bugle him in, and I've done that before. So I want to challenge you to up your game, step it up, hunt harder, shoot bigger elk, have more fun, repeat that process, because the more you do it, the more confident you get. Our confidence only comes after we've done something. Our confidence builds up by proof of what we have already done. Because a person who is confident, but their confidence is empty, is a cocky person, because he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I don't want you to rely on luck, because luck is not gonna help you find a big bull. What is gonna help you find a big bull, if you scout smarter, if you hunt harder, if you say no to small bulls, that is gonna help you find a big bull. But if you rely on luck, it's gonna disappoint you. You're gonna pray hard and luck is still not gonna find you. Luck always goes to people who are not prepared. And this is a quote I heard. Luck always goes to the unprepared mind. It's the guy who randomly becomes a millionaire because he bought trash crypto and then it blew up. It's not the guy who has been investing for 30 years, consistently. The person who has been investing consistently for 30 years, his riches don't come from luck. His riches come from his consistency, his work, his research, and his actual work, instead of just, maybe I'll be lucky, I'll just become a millionaire right here real quick. Maybe I'll be lucky, I'll go into this completely random spot I've never been to before, and God, I pray there's gonna be a monster bull standing right on the road so I can shoot him and he can jump into my truck. Yeah, well, I don't know. Let me know how that's working out for you.